North Korea launched 2 medium-range missiles toward the Yellow Sea, simulating a nuclear strike. But the warheads were empty. The question arises, what is the purpose of such a show of force? India, following the successful mission of landing its research vehicle on the moon, continues to show interest in space. The country has launched a flying observatory towards the sun. A life-size replica of a Barbie dollhouse painted pink has been put up for sale in the U.S. But how much is this mansion worth, and who is willing to pay that kind of money for it? The Burning Man Festival, which took place in Nevada from August 28 to September 5th, has come to an end in the United States. Despite the large number of participants and spectators, the event was severely disrupted by heavy rains, which led to flooding of the venue and even the death of one of the participants. Why did the elements affect the festival and its attendees so badly? China felt the devastating impact of the elements that hit the south of the country. Hurricane Saula was one of the most powerful hurricanes in decades and left behind a lot of destruction, fallen trees, and other disasters. Fortunately, however, human casualties were avoided. Greece continues to fight the wildfires, which have become the largest in the history of the European Union and the deadliest this summer. More details about the situation in our next piece. A farmer in Greece, a client with a large herd of goats, suffered a real tragedy when a huge forest fire in the northeast of the country claimed the lives of many of his animals. He was forced to face the loss of most of his herd, disappearing in the fire that has been raging for more than 2 weeks. Despite the heroic efforts of hundreds of firefighters and the airplanes involved, the flames have yet to be fully suppressed. The fire is recognized as Europe's deadliest fire of the current summer season, and its effects have been devastating. It has killed at least 20 people, destroyed hundreds of homes, and devastated dense forests, including the protected Dadia Levkimi Soufleon Reserve. A farmer says that last year he managed to save his animals, but lost half of his crop to forest fires. This time, however, the fire burned his entire crop and 35 goats suffered burns. The farmer is now in a critical situation and will have to fight not only for his own needs, but also for the survival of his remaining animals. Experts and organizations from all over the world are coming to Greece's aid in dealing with this disaster, and the European Union has sent a significant amount of aid, including 12 planes, 400 firefighters, and 60 vehicles. Despite all efforts, the fire continues to rage and the situation remains critical. The forest fires in Greece have become increasingly destructive due to the extreme temperatures and heat waves that have been raging in the region in recent years. Apart from the tragedy of the forest fires in Greece, other major events have also been in the world news. Based on reports, fast food restaurants, including the famous Burger King chain, have been threatened with lawsuits. 5 Americans have filed lawsuits against the company, claiming that advertisements portrayed the burgers as far greater and tastier than they actually were. Research showed that the burgers in the ads were 35% larger in size, and the meat in them was twice as thick as the actual burgers. This case has raised questions about honesty in advertising and consumer rights. Canada has decided to close its land border to migrants, but despite this, the number of people applying for asylum has increased. Many migrants arrive in Canada by air, bypassing the border, and then make claims while hiding from authorities. This situation creates difficulties in managing the flow of migrants, and many are forced to live in precarious conditions on the streets.